What's up, guys? It's the Pop Punk Dad with JT, no longer JT Fritz.
Yeah.
Formerly known as JT Fritz, and now we got Jody Graves.
What's bracking?
I think I need you when the pain hits. I think that someone needs to take you off me. But when I'm with you, I feel weightless. So if you kill me, tell my mom I'm sorry. You say
That's the first question is, why did you switch names?
Yeah, so I came up with JT Fritz like German class freshman year in high school.
Was that your German name? Because I took it a little bit.
Yeah, we had to go down a list and like pick a German name, and I found Fritz, and I was like, that's sick. And I wanted to start putting music out because I've been making music like off and on all that summer, just like actually recording shit for the first time.
Right.
And I was like, dude, I kind of want to make a SoundCloud and just start putting shit out. So I was trying to come up with a name, and then I found Fritz on there, and I was like, that'd be kind of cool. How can I flip that? My real name is Tyler James Kadar. It was either going to be Tyler James or James Tyler. My parents told me they were going to name me.
So it would have been TJ Fritz.
Yeah, but I thought
Fritz.
JT sounded way cooler.
It does. It has a nice ring to it.
Plus, I just like people calling me JT and shit now when I see them out. But yeah, and then I just kind of like, I was never really sold on it. And like the older I got, because I mean, you start putting music out in high school, and then like kids in your school get a hold of it, and then they make it kind of a corny thing.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I never really paid too much mind to that. It just kind of got to the point where, like, I'd be in sheets or some shit, and somebody'd be like, yo, JT Fritz.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, and I also just kind of grew out of it. So I wanted to, like, especially with transitioning into, like, this new era and, like, kind of finding my sound and making, like, different shit than I made before. I just kind of wanted to do, like, a semi-clean slate without forgetting everything that I've done before. So I figured, like, let's just do a name change and like really take this shit seriously now.
I noticed like on your SoundCloud and your Spotify and all that stuff, it's now Jody Graves. Was it a pain in the ass to get that switched over from Fritz?
Yeah, it was. It's still not done being a pain in the ass, cause fucking DistroKid, man.
Yes.
Like horrible, like great platform, but horrible platform.
TuneCore is like another one that's like that.
Yeah, I like DistroKid because they don't take a cut.
Yes.
Like I just pay yearly, and I'm good, and I can like track everything on there, and I've been set up on there for like 3 years at this point, so I just keep rolling with them. But no, so I have this song called, when I moved it over originally, it took them like 2 weeks to even do it.
Yeah.
And then when they finally did, they took my song Billy Joe, which is my biggest song. It's with my boy 27 Club from Pittsburgh. And it was like 50K almost.
I got 21 guns like I'm Billy Joe. Walking steady by myself down a lonely road. Still die for my homies, I can never fold.
And they took that one for some reason. Like it showed up on the original Spotify. No, they didn't get rid of it, but it showed up on the new Spotify page for like 3 days, and then they made another Jody Graves and put Billy Joe on that.
No.
So now I gotta like email DistroKid and go through all this shit just to get it back in the right place.
I figured it'd be.
I've seen that shit happen so much. There is one other Jody Graves on Spotify, but they have like 11 monthly listeners. They haven't released since 2007.
Is it spelled the same?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's just like piano, like kind of like just ambient like piano numbers and shit. So I was like, you haven't put out music in over a decade. I'm taking your shit.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So and then like literally as soon as the songs went over, I got like my monthly listeners just shot up past them anyway, so I show up first anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, if you're the other Jody Graves watching this, I'm sorry. I'm taking your shit. I love you. Thanks.
I love you, but I don't love you.
I love you. I don't know you, but I love you, but I'm taking your shit.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
So we're here in MOEDIE Friends Part 2. You did the first one.
Yeah.
The question I'm asking everyone is, how do you guys all know each other? Because
Yeah.
it is like a kind of a collective of the same.
Yeah, so me and Mo are from the same town.
Okay.
Mo lives like 10 minutes from my house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he lives in South Connellsville, and I live in Dawson, which is like the greater Connellsville area. And I've known about him. I used to take guitar lessons at Atkins Music Center in Connellsville, and I took lessons with Stephen Gallo, and he told me about Mo. And I listened to Mo for like 2 or 3 years before I ever even met him.
Damn.
And then I got a song with my boy 27 Club, who's like, he's worked with a bunch of people from Pittsburgh. Like he's multiple songs on Mo's album. We might do one tonight, and I might sing his part. But
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but he has like multiple songs on Mo's album. He's who else does he know from Pittsburgh? He just knows a bunch of people from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But so I got a song with him, and Mo like knew about me for a few years, but like it took a long time, and like I had to improve a lot, I feel like, before we really like, and I also was like, I was just a fucking kid back when he first found me. So it's a lot, it's different now, because like yeah, I'm still young, I'm 19, but like I can hang now.
Yeah, well, you've like paid your dues, kind of.
Well, yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, and okay, so this is how me and Mo met. I went to Ellis's crib, because me and Ellis have also known each other for a few years, or about each other before we started working together. I went to Ellis's crib like last January, and Mo's friend Jake was there.
Yeah, I know Jake.
I became friends with Jake. Jake invited me out to a bonfire because Mo wanted to meet me, and the rest is pretty much history. Like, Mo invited me to play MOEDIE Friends Part 1. I met the entire crew. You were there, but I don't think we talked that night.
No, we didn't. I just kind of took pictures and then like sent stuff afterwards.
Because I saw you and I was like, dude, is the fucking guy from Hatebreed here? What's going on? Like, give this guy a set.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, so yeah, I like met the whole squad here at MOEDIE Friends Part 1, and then ever since, like, we've all just been super tight. Like, I love the Beater Boys so much. Those are my dudes.
That's awesome.
And I love Mo. Like, me and Mo, every time we hang out, it's just, like, there's so many stories already.
I asked Mo this last night, and he had, like, a 100% yes. And, I mean, everyone else might have the same thing. MOEDIE Friends 1, 2, you guys will probably at some point do a 3. Would you guys ever consider taking this thing on, like, the road?
I'm more than down, bro. That's my main goal, is to tour.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to get out there and get the music in front of people and just fucking go ham every night, because being on stage is like, I'm most at peace when I'm on stage.
I sent you a video when I was editing the 4 Chord Fest of you in a pit and during the starting line.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this like rapper kid is into pop punk music, but then I can definitely hear it in songs like Casket. Like, you definitely have that influence.
Yeah.
What is your like weirdest like influence that you got?
Oh my god, my weirdest influence
that you got, like it could be a genre, it can be a band.
Fuck, dude.
That you like, it creeps in your music and you're like, that's because of that band.
It's crazy because music, like, weird music is just subjective to the person.
Right,
like,
right,
you and me like shit that Ellis has never listened to before.
No, he would never listen to Meshuggah.
Yeah, no, for real. He would never listen to, like, Knocked Loose.
Right, yeah, yeah.
But I love that shit. But probably my weirdest influence, I really like Michelle Branch.
Wow.
Yeah. I really like Michelle Branch, bro. I don't know if that like necessarily shines through in my music, but I just like, she's just one of those artists that like I put on Breathe in the car and I'm like, I don't know why I like this so much, but I do.
If I just breathe,
What is your Mount Rushmore of like pop punk bands?
Fuck, dude. All right, the story so far.
We were talking about that earlier, yeah.
I want to put ADTR, but I don't know if I would, because
they're within the realms, but they're not.
They're bridging gaps. Like, I'd put them. I feel like if I put ADTR on the pop punk Mount Rushmore, I'd put them on the metalcore Mount Rushmore too.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna. I feel like that's a cop out for me. So the story so far: Green Day. Green Day is the whole reason I ever played guitar to begin with.
Yeah.
Shit. Who else? I'm really like my favorite form of pop punk is like the 2011 like Tumblr core wave, like the OG Undersoil and Dirt, like the Wonder Years.
Yes.
Whenever Knuckle Puck first came out.
Knuckle Puck, the Wonder Years, Neck Deep.
Yeah, Neck Deep, Stay Champs.
Yes. Yes.
Like that's my favorite form of pop punk, because I feel like I resonate with that so much more than like Newfound or like Sum 41. I like Sum 41 a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like there's just always been something about like Parker Cannon's songwriting, or like just like the subject matter of like 2010 onward, like kind of post Mayday Parade, like post hardcore, like that I've just resonated with more.
It's like the sad boy music, but it's still got the pop punk influence.
It's sad boy hardcore.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I love about it. Yeah.
Have you heard Parker Cannon's new band?
No Pressure?
Yes.
Classics, bro.
My friend Pat is in that band. He's from a band called Light Years.
Yeah.
And I got to interview them. That band is really good.
Yeah, no, it's really sick to see Parker getting back to his roots.
Yeah.
And like playing, because I know he wants to play shows like that with story.
Under like underground shows.
Like the second the shows got barriers and shit, he just glued to the mic stand.
Yep.
Which is fine. Like I'll still go see him every single time.
Yeah.
But I like my favorite, because I just remember like being a kid, being in like middle school and shit, because I found them kind of late. I didn't really get into music till like 2015, 2014, 2016. But or at least develop my own taste. But I just remember like watching like the OG like States and Minds Rome like Vivo performance video they have on there. Rome's one of my favorite songs of all time. I think that might be in my opinion, the best written pop punk song.
I heard the first. I was like old school. I was a gatekeeper.
Okay. I
was one of those assholes in high school. Like this isn't punk music, and I was like, you got to get out of that mindset.
Yeah.
And I came on to Empty Spaces was the first song I heard by them.
So good, man.
They did it was a montage from Warped Tour or something. I was like, who is this fucking band?
Yeah.
And they were a low level at the time. They weren't in like a nobody, and I was like, God damn.
No,
what have I been? What have I been listening to?
For real. Like I saw those like underground performance videos and just saw it, because that was my first exposure to hardcore shows. Was like watching those videos and seeing the kids crowd surf and then come up on stage and stage dive off and like hit the two-step and shit, and Parker's just like right in their face yelling right in front of them. I was like, dude, I need to, like, that's what I want to do.
4 Years Strong was the first band that I heard that was like they have a song called Heroes Get Remembered, Legends Never Die.
Yeah.
And the video was just people piling on the stage and jumping off. I'm like,
yeah.
Where the fuck has this been my whole life?
No, that's literally what I felt like when I found like Story and Neck Deep and shit, and I like seeing like ADTR shows where it's like Lauderdale and then they play Second Sucks and it's just a huge circle pit, and I'm like, bro, because like I've always been like I'm real reserved around people a lot of the time, but I've always like there's a lot of like pent up like energy I feel like that I have.
Yeah.
That, and then I like found that and I was like, dude, and then I started going to shows and I was like, dude, like this is literally where I I feel at home here.
Yep.
Like this is my outlet. And that's why I love hardcore music so much, and like post-hardcore music.
What's the hardest band that you like listen to?
The hardest band that I listen to? Shit, dude. I couldn't even tell you. I'll give you like my top 5 hardcore bands right now. I fuck with Gridiron's new album a lot.
Okay.
Jesus Piece. Jesus Piece might be the hardest band I listen to right now.
I don't even know who they are.
They're from Philly, bro. They're fire. I like Harm's Way.
Yeah, okay. I've listened to Harm's Way. I think I've seen them live a couple times, and they've opened for people.
Yeah, I like who else is there that I really like? Oh, Counterparts.
Counterparts is amazing.
Counterparts is like the best melodic hardcore I've ever heard in my life, bro.
Knocked Loose is up there for me.
Yeah, Knocked Loose is up there too for me. And his vocals are so unique.
And then Terror is one for me.
Who else do I like? Oh, Vane, bro. Vane FM. They put out a record last year. Probably one of my favorite records of last year.
That's wild. So, speaking of your own music, you just had a new single drop called Bad For Me.
Yeah.
What's the reception like that, man? And it's under your first moniker of Jody Graves.
Yeah.
So what's that been like?
It's been sick, man. I haven't even done shit to promo it yet. I just kind of like
dropped it.
Well, because I was like, I'm gonna announce the show, I'm gonna push the show, and then after the show, I'm gonna start doing like promo and shit for it. But yeah, I just dropped it, and it like it's like 250 streams without even me really even pushing it, which is like under a new name and not being able to carry the Spotify followers over. Like that's sick. No, it's been great. Like I've had like people have come up to me. It's funny because my friends have had the link to that song for like a year now, because I made that last March, and then I finally like mastered it and finished it and put it out.
Good friends for not leaking it.
Oh, a lot of people got that link.
Got a hold of it, yeah.
But no, but like it's so fire just having people come up and being like, "Yo, Bad For Me is literally like your best song." Like I love that shit. Like one of my favorite songs right now.
I remember when Casket first came out, and that was when the first MOEDIE.
Yeah.
And you were sound checking. And I was like, who the fuck is this kid?
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Because I when Bob and the guys from the studio told me a hip-hop show was coming down here, I was like, it's going to be straight rap music. And I came down here and I was like, I can fuck with all of this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
None of us make the same kind of music. It's super fire.
And it's like, it's so organic and it's so wild how like everybody kind of just like, you guys like all get along and all of your music kind of tangles a little bit.
Yeah, we're all friends. I think that's the biggest thing about it.
Yeah.
And like it's super fire being able to work with Mo because I knew about Mo's music before I knew Kyle. So like he played a big influence on my sound and building like what I do just from being a fan of his.
The words he had to speak about you last night off camera were amazing. He said you're going to be one of the next big things to come out of it.
Did he play you that Wayside joint?
No.
You gotta hear. I'm gonna sound check with that one, bro. That song, like, we caught lightning in a bottle with that shit, bro.
So I was gonna ask that. Who does your music, like the guitar stuff and all that stuff? Is it samples or is it stuff that you? Because you said you play guitar. And
it depends. So like I have a lot of unreleased shit and unfinished shit that's me playing guitar. I feel like when I started recording a shit ton of music, my guitar playing ability kind of got stagnant just because I was just constantly, like every day, at least like 4 hours just recording, just trying to like come up with new songs and shit.
Who's your like favorite guitarist?
My favorite guitarist?
The one that you like, when you picked up a guitar, you're like, I want to sound or like learn how to play a song.
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But
you kind of look like a young Billy Joe.
Yeah.
Did people tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have like identical voices, but we have kind of a similar voice too. I feel like.
Yeah.
No, he's like, forever. Billy Joe Armstrong will be one of my biggest idols, and then like Sinister Gates too.
Sin, yeah.
He's so goated, but I could never play like him.
My brother has his custom. My brother has his
the
custom
Schecter.
guitar. Yeah.
I want to get that thing, man.
It was like $700 when it first came out, and now it's like $2,000 or something. It's something super ridiculous.
I have a shitty ass I have a Diamond Series that's been out of commission for almost a year because it is a floating bridge, and I don't feel like changing the strings.
No,
and that shit.
They suck. Does it have the locks up here?
Yeah, I took them off.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass.
Well, dude, because I changed tuning so much. Like, I'll play and drop A sharp and then just go up to like
Has it got a Floyd on it or anything?
standard. What's up?
Has it got a Floyd Rose on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mostly just play my telly and like drop C sharp now. Yeah, definitely Billy Joe Armstrong was my biggest inspiration.
And lastly, I got for you is what's next after this whole thing? Music, you put out videos, you got any more shows coming up, and where can people find you?
Well, after this, like, I just really want to lock in and keep putting shit out. You know, I haven't been consistent because I've just been in the trenches, like, trying to work and figure out what I want to do with it.
Right.
And I feel like I finally am close to that, and I have so many songs in the cut that I just, like, I want to start putting shit out. I want to put out, like, 13 songs this year or something. So I think next is just put out another song. That Wayside song I was talking about, we want to give that one a video treatment because that shit is, like, I don't want to overhype it, but it slaps. It's crazy.
Is it a total? I mean, I haven't heard it yet, but it's a transition from the stuff that you did while you were JT Fritz.
Yeah, it's like I said this to Mo the other night. We were texting about it because he was hammered and he sent me back the mix, and I was just like listening to it so geeked, like, bro, we're just gassing it up, like, this is so crazy. But no, Wayside, I want to make a lot more. You guys will all understand this when it comes out. I want to make a lot more music in that lane because it takes the best elements of like the pop punk shit I do and the best elements of the hyper pop shit that I do and combines it into one. And like, there's not a song that sounds like Wayside.
We were also talking about this moving forward. Would you ever consider having a live band with you?
1,000,000%. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Like, I want to be able to be like on the bill on 4 chords one day.
Drummers in the Valley. Drummers, man.
Hit me up, drummers. I need your help. But yeah, like, I want to find live drums mainly, and then the goal is really just keep putting shit out, do a video, start doing videos, and
content.
Yeah, and then like this summer, I just want to play in like every single like Pittsburgh, wherever, like spot that'll have me. Like, I'll play in basements, unless it's like a no. I'm not saying no to a show.
Yeah. So where can anybody find you?
All right, all my social medias are at Jody X Graves.
Jody with a Y, Jody.
Yeah, Jody. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud. I don't know if I'm on Tidal yet or not. That shit takes forever.
Whatever I can find him on, I'm gonna link it up and below on the YouTube. Because this is going to own channel.
Hell yeah, man. So
this has been the Pop Punk Dad with Jody Graves. Thanks, man.
Thanks for having me, boss.
Amazing night.
Hell yeah.
Peace.